I would say that. I think that promises are made year after year. We've heard a lot of these terms and these words before. We heard them in 2014, reform, and we're still hearing them now. You know, a lot of these are just reshaping the same ideas, and nothing is actually taking place.
Because I know a lot of people have been doing a lot of stuff to try to get the justice that situation needs. And to hear that happened is not right.
I know that we've been using our platform down here, TJ, to try to bring about education and a voice. And a lot of players on our team especially have also spoken out on justice for Breonna Taylor. And we have not gotten that justice. And that's a shame. And hopefully that will change at some point.
It's disappointing. It's depressing. It's not the outcome anybody wanted. So, yeah, that's a touchy subject, so I'm just going to leave it at that.
I just want people to know that blacks are hurting. And as we related to sports, the sports that are predominantly black, the WNBA, the NBA, and the NFL, all of those players are performing with heavy hearts. And we're still showing up to try to do our jobs. And I was in that position. I can't lie to y'all. I was looking in my closet like, I'm gonna wear something fresh today. Because if I say something to get me fired, then I was crisp. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Because when Kyle Rittenhouse in Milwaukee, as a 17-year-old kills 2 people, yet the 3 cops aren't directly charged for killing Breonna Taylor, it shows you how they feel about black lives in America. So what I want to encourage people to do out there, my favorite sport actually is football. And the most important thing in that game is field position. So we're starting the game, Jay, Will, Paul, Maria. It's 400 years of slavery to 0. We know we're not going to win, but you still got to continue to move the ball forward and put people behind you in a position to be successful. And that's what we're here to do today. That's what the NBA players are doing today. And that's why I applaud them. Because while they're out there performing with heavy hearts trying to win a championship, I understand that this is really painful to show up to work and still try to entertain.
The goals that we're trying to achieve, we're very far away from after seeing today's verdict. You know, it's a disappointment. We felt like we've, not saying taken a step back, but we haven't made the progress we were seeking on. Our voices aren't being heard loud enough.
If it was my sister or my mom or my dad, or if I have kids one day, any of my kids, to be frank, I'll be pissed off. I'm very pissed off, and that should be handled and taken care of in a timely order and fashion, not when it's good for somebody else.
There's just so much violence, and it's demoralizing when we can't be accountable or hold anyone to account for it. And it's the really demoralizing thing is we have a really powerful movement that's happening. We have so many people who care about this country and so many people who want change and believe in equal justice for black and brown communities, and yet we don't have it.
Taylor, and how much her name and her story have been on the hearts and minds of players there in the bubble. With the news from Louisville from earlier on Wednesday, how did that resonate there?
I mean, it reverberated everywhere, Scott. Players were hurting. And that's not to say that they didn't expect this. I asked Jalen Brown actually about this yesterday when they declared a state of emergency in and around Louisville, and he said that he was already gearing up for a decision that he disagreed with. So when he was asked about it again after the game, he said, I can't be surprised, but in a way that makes it so clear why he is continuously referred to as a man who is great on the basketball court, but will be even greater potentially off of the basketball court. He said, what do you expect about a system that is rigged against, that was founded on an unfairness against people who look like him and people that look like me? And I'm sorry that I'm getting choked up here.
No,
because this is about the players and their response but it's been hard for them. This is something that, as you mentioned, they fought for the entire time they've been down here, and they were hoping for a different outcome. And we've talked before, Scott, about how my job here is to objectively cover the truth, and to share what these players are going through. And today what they're going through is that they're hurting. And I have prided myself in being able to be objective and cover these sorts of issues. But when it is so clear that the system of objectivity in journalism is so whitewashed and doesn't account for the fact that when I am walking up the hill, my wonderful producer Melinda reminds me that Breonna Taylor was 26 and I am 25, and that could have been me. It is very hard to continue to go to work, and that's what these players were feeling. Now, players on both sides, that they said that they didn't contemplate not actually playing in this game. They always knew that was something that they were going to do, but that doesn't mean that they were not disappointed in what happened today in Louisville.
Bleaky, you got a ton of people that care about you, your family first and foremost, but your ESPN family too, and you're doing incredible work. But make sure that you're reaching out to the people that can help, and including us. When we're done with this, we're just working, but we got your back always. So anything we can do when this segment ends and this show ends, you reach out and we got you, okay?
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate you having me.